Welcome to NTV. Deadline for government formation nearing an end, a ruling alliance leader in last ditch effort to force new power sharing deal. Government unveils the strategic action plan for Visit Nepal decade, sets a target to bring in 3.5 million tourists till 2032. Indian government urges people to remain cautious and wear masks amid surging COVID-19 cases in neighboring China. Also starts random COVID-19 test at airports. And plunging temperatures wreaks havoc across the US and Canada. Temperatures to reach minus 45 to 57 degrees Celsius in some parts. Welcome back. You were given by the President Vidyadevi Bhandari for the formation of new government to expire. Leaders of the ruling parties are engaged in the exercise of forming the government. The meeting among the top-ranked leaders of the coalition has become intense for the formation of the government and distribution of power. A meeting was held among Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Dua, Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal, and CPN Unified Socialist Chairperson Madhukar Nepal in Balwatar on Thursday to discuss government formation and power distribution. Nepali Congress's leader Ramchandra Paudle said the matter of power sharing is yet to be agreed upon and the decision will be taken after the alliance meeting. Unified Socialist Chairperson Nepal said discussions will be held among the leaders of the three alliance parties regarding the distribution of the post. On the other hand, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party Chairperson Rajendra Lingnan said would instead form a government together. The government has prepared the strategic action plan for Visit Nepal decade 2023 to 2032 with a target to bring in 3.5 million tourists and create 1 million more jobs in the country's tourism industry. The action plan also stated to revive the tourism industry in stage of pre-coronavirus infection within 2 years. A task force formed by the Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation under the leadership of tourism expert Prachanda Shrestha submitted its report to Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation Jeevan Ram Shrestha on Thursday, suggesting the government to conduct tourism promotional events in all seasons in the country. Receiving the report, Minister Shrestha said the concept of tourism decade was proposed, realizing the need for long-lasting aid in the last 3 years. Normal life in Tarai has been badly affected due to thick fog and cold wave. Thick fog has blanketed various Tarai districts from early morning today, while the cold wave has also occurred. The weather is severely cold with little to no sunshine since Thursday, as a small number of vehicles are seen on the roads and mobility of people has also thinned. The morning shift of schools and campuses have been affected due to the cold wave. Meanwhile, the number of patients seeking treatment due to cold-related ailments has also increased in the hospitals. With this update, time to go for a short break, but still to come we have. Now to more updates. French citizen Charles Sobra, serving a prison sentence at Central Jail in Kathmandu on murder charges, is being freed today. The Supreme Court on Wednesday ordered the government to release him because of poor health, good behavior and having already served most of his sentence. The Central Jail official, Ishwari Pandey, informed Sobra, who is serving jail sentence since the past 19 years, will be handed over to the Department of Immigration today. Reportedly, 78-year-old Sobras will be deported to France today itself. He is serving his sentence on charges of murdering the foreign citizens. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged people to start wearing masks again as the country steps up the survey. China, which has been amid the surge in cases in China, which has put India in alert. The Prime Minister called for increased testing and encouraged a return to COVID-appropriate behavior. India has also begun randomly testing international passengers arriving at its airports for COVID-19 from Thursday, citing an increase in cases in neighboring China. India had relaxed its COVID-19 rules, including mask wearing, earlier this year after a drop in infection levels. The country witnessed two deadly waves in 2020 and 2022, and the government had come under heavy criticism for its handling of the second wave in the summer of 2021, when thousands died amid a lack of oxygen supplies and critical medicines. In order to better serve the surrounding urban area, China's Shanghai UP committed to a mobile fever clinic so that citizens in need can get corresponding drugs without entering the health service center. In this fever clinic, each window is equipped with two medical staff, one for consultation, prescription, and the other for giving the medicine. The staff of Yopu Community Health Service Center told the reporter that due to the recent increase in number of fever patients, in order to provide more convenient diagnosis and treatment services to the citizens in need, the fever clinic can provide antiviral and other drugs and provide 24-hour diagnosis and treatment services. More updates lined up on the other side, but before that, let's have the highlights first. Welcome back. You are with NTV English News Bulletin. Now we have more updates. Plunging temperatures wreaking havoc across the US and Canada can lead to frostbite and bare skin in only 5 to 10 minutes, experts are warning. A powerful Arctic winter storm has placed more than 135 people under weekend weather alerts ahead of the busiest travel days of the year. The alert strays from coast to coast and reaches as far as the US-Mexico border and Florida. Major airports have cancelled thousands of flights as the storm intensifies. The storm is said to be worst in decades during the Christmas celebrations. The National Weather Services NWS say temperatures of -45 to -57. Santa Claus is getting ready for another epic gift-giving Christmas trip. Children around the world wide write to him requesting presents, but this year, letters from Ukrainian youngsters have extra poignancy. Santa Claus and his elves are also making final checks on children's Christmas letters. His office is based in Santa Claus Village, just north of Rovaniemi, the capital of Finnish Lapland. It's the nerve center from where the Christmas Eve sleigh ride will launch, taking him down chimneys to deliver the presents around the world. Christmas should be the jolliest time of year, full of tasty food, fun, gifts, and time spent with the loved ones. But Santa is acutely aware that soaring energy prices and a global cost of living crisis are putting a financial strain on the families. It once was in Queen Victoria's Buckingham Palace, and now a colonial billiard table is in Canberra's National Museum. Carved wooden panels on the side of the table tell of what life in early colonial Australia was like. Describing life in one of the most remote areas of British Empire in 1880s meant being innovative, artistic, and, it seems, a billiard player. Almost like the social media of its time, the carvings on billiard table are the creation of Sydney craftsman George Halbert. When the table was finished, he toured colonial exhibitions. The table then spent decades in different private collections and even a pub or two before National Museum donors decided it was time to buy. In the wake of Argentina's World Cup triumph, Buenos Aires has a new mural capturing the moment Lionel Messi lifted the iconic trophy. Artist Maximiliano Bagnasco has been putting the finishing touches to his artwork on a street corner in the capital's Palermo neighborhood. It shows an image which will be etched into Argentina's football history and the memories of its people. Messi is in the center holding the trophy aloft while wearing the best, the black and gold tunic in which Qatari authorities dressed him. Behind him is goalkeeper Emiliano Dibu Martinez, who was the hero of the penalty shootout which decided the final against France, raising his hands. He was also the creator of monumental mural of another of Argentina's great footballing heroes, Diego Maradona, in a building located on the outskirts of Buenos Aires. It was inaugurated on October 30 when the 1986 World Cup champions would have turned 62. With this update, we come to the end of this English News Bulletin, but before we say goodbye, let's have a quick reminder of the major stories. Deadline for government formation nearing an end, ruling alliance leader in last ditch effort to force a new power-sharing deal. Government unveils a strategic action plan for Visit Nepal decade, sets a target to bring in 3.5 million tourists till 2032. Indian government urges people to remain cautious and wear masks amid surge. And plunging temperatures wreak havoc across the US and Canada. Temperatures to reach minus 45 to minus 57 degrees Celsius in some parts. That's all we have in this edition of English News Bulletin. We shall see you again with next round of English Bulletin at 6 in the evening. Till then, have a great time ahead and stay tuned with us. Namaste.